So I made this video for two reasons. The first one being that my friend came over to my house around 9:30 to hang out and talk, and I accidentally had a caffeinated tea, so I'll be up for the next few hours. And the second is that I've watched about 5 or 6 college roommate complaint videos in the past hour, and they all kind of followed the same theme. Most of those people's problems could have been solved if they'd had the courage to speak up in the beginning of the conflict. I haven't been to college yet. I'm starting as a freshman this fall, but I've been to sleepaway camps and I've been on plenty leadership teams, enough to know that when you're working in close quarters with someone or when you're living with someone, you have to get the ground rules out first. And that doesn't have to mean sitting down and making a list of things that you want to take care of, doing this and doing that, being all organized. It can just mean having the courage to speak up when something's bothering you. Like, I think 3 of the videos I watched were all people complaining about how their roommates made noise in the middle of the night and they wanted to sleep. Let your roommate know that you're sensitive to sound when you sleep, and let them know whether or not you're an early bird or a night owl or both, and that when you do sleep, you like it to be quiet. And that's just one example, and I know that it's hard to remember to address every single thing before problems arise, but you should never let a problem go by without addressing it if it's possible that it could become a habit for the other person. I know it's hard, especially for people who are quieter, people who maybe spend a little bit more time on the internet than with real people, to speak up and say what they're thinking. But if you're going to be spending the next year working with this person and sharing a living space with this person, it's important to get your thoughts out. If you don't speak up, your roommate may never be clear on how you feel, and so then when there's finally an outburst, they might be offended because they never knew that you were upset about this thing in the first place. I know it can be hard, but speaking up and saying what you really feel in any situation, not only in a living situation, can mean the difference between you becoming very close with this person and you having to move out. Plus, chances are, if you talk more, your roommate might actually grow to like you and you could become good friends. But you have to put in that effort and maybe put yourself out there a little bit. And if they get upset and they're not willing to budge, that's when you bring in outside help. But if you haven't done everything you can and been as open as you possibly could, you really can't blame them for being confused or upset. Whenever you're working with anyone on anything, it's important to be open. So if you're living with someone, you need to make sure that you cover every base possible. And if you realize that you left something uncovered, come back to it and address it before it's too late. You never really know what your roommate's going to be like until you live with them. So make sure that you let them know what you're really like. Thanks for watching the college vlog, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.